You know, how we doing? Okay. It sounded like it was not coming from my headphones for a second there. Ah, we're here at long last. It's been a lovely mission to get things done. Everything's just taking a bit longer than it should do today. That's the way it goes, isn't it? So, let's get this show on the road as soon as we're late off the mark. How's everyone doing? Camp build will be up in 2 minutes. Just needed to give it a little bit of time to finish its kind of back-end stuff on YouTube. So, what? Downloading what? What? You have got to be fucking with me. What the fuck is this? Oh, 500 megabytes. Okay, we can live with that. I post on the... oh, wait, there it is. Few additional little bug fixes, apparently. Quite a long set of patch notes, considering they've actually only changed a little bit, but there's some clarification stuff in there as well. So, right, so the download is good. It's just got to patch the files to the tune of 500 meg, which really shouldn't take long. Take longer than it should do already, of course, but you know. How's everyone doing anyway? Evening Tango, evening Noel, evening Cal, how's it going? Evening Ancient, welcome on in. Oh, by the way, not that it'll come up because that's kind of the point, but my alerts are currently busted. They were acting weird last night, you know, so they were all getting cut off and stuff. Yeah, I think there's something weird going on with, or something has been changed on the stream elements side of things, and to find out what's going on there, I barely even looked at the thing in the last couple of years. I set it up and it worked, and I left it alone. And yeah, now they've changed stuff on the back end and changed a whole lot, and I don't have a clue what's going on over there, so yeah, I'll try and figure out what's fucked up with it at some point, but it's going to take a bit of time because I can't remember any of it, and I think I'm going to have to do the whole lot again from scratch. It's not actually that difficult, but I will have to relearn how to do it because it's been so long. B4, I have no idea what the hell B4 is. So, oh, Battlefield? No, that'd be something else, wouldn't it? A different number. I have no idea what that is. So, yeah, that'll be why I'm not playing it. And I'm sure there are other reasons as well. And it doesn't take that long to fucking replace a few files. Could probably type the code faster than that, and I can't code. Oh, Borderlands. That makes more sense. Okay. I haven't played Borderlands 3 yet, and so there's one reason I haven't bought the game. There's another reason I'm probably not going to buy the game for a while. There's another reason. And I doubt I could even run it on this computer anyway. Maybe I could, but I don't know. Let's have a look and find out while we wait for, you know, my computer to do something that should not take that long. Oh, look, there's a big banner that says Battlefield Borderlands 4. I can't even bloody read right now. Right, reviews are sitting pretty mixed at the moment, so I don't know why, and I'm not really bothered. I don't trust people's judgment anyway. My processor is probably, well, it's older than that, but it could probably keep up. 3080, I've got a 2080 Ti, it's roughly equivalent, couple of variations, but they're roughly equivalent. So I could basically just about get over the recommended specs, but I don't know what the target frame rate and resolution for that is. There's nothing to indicate that, so that's not that helpful. Which means I It could well be 1080p 60 or some nonsense like that. In which case, I probably can't run it on this PC. I definitely couldn't stream it, even if I wanted to. That much I am very sure about. I actually haven't looked anything up about it at all. I'm being vaguely aware of the thing. I did watch a video with Ashley Birch talking about her characters that she's played over the years. Yesterday, I think. That was quite interesting. I skipped over a bunch of stuff because she was talking about a lot of stuff from Horizon 2 and I haven't played that yet. I was like, there's gonna be stuff in here that I don't want to hear, so... Boop. Yeah, that was cool. Obviously included chattering away about Tiny Tina. Although, to be honest, it was quite a quick-fire thing and really didn't go into a great deal of depth, but that's the format, I suppose. Yeah. She probably spoke for about 10 minutes on each of the characters and stuff, and they edited it down to about a minute long for each of them or something. 2 minutes, maybe. It doesn't take this long to replace a few files. Remove your head from your rectum. 5 minutes remaining. For fuck's sake. It's good 500 megabytes for crying out loud. You're copying and pasting, for God's sake. It's not even the internet because it's all downloaded. It's just literally just... It's on an SSD as well, so there is no rational reason for it to be taking this long. It's just being useless. I'm looking at Steam primarily on that one. Possibly just my computer being a bit shit. I should kick it a few times and see if it picks up the pace. I could write quicker than that in Chinese. I couldn't even tell you the difference between any of the various Chinese languages in written form, so... Yeah, could probably write faster than this in Cantonese, and I couldn't recognise Cantonese if it was right in front of me. That's my estimate. Hurry up! Come on. Well, you do use the shit. Let's have a look, see if there's anything interesting on Steam Store at the moment. Steam Political Simfest. I play a game where everybody's going to hate you no matter what you do. Yeah, great idea. Hogwarts Legacy. Don't want to play that, but I did see a funny Harry Potter meme today, which I think may have my new favourite insult in it. It was from the third Harry Potter movie, which is disappointing because, you know, Harry Potter these days is, yeah, it's kind of been tainted. But it was quite funny. It was Malfoy giving Harry shit, as he does, and Ron turning around and going, "Fuck off, Malfoy, your dad paints roundabouts." I was like, fucking brilliant. This is my new favourite insult. Your dad paints roundabouts. Fucking brilliant. Howling. Yeah. Ooh, Star Wars Jedi franchise sale. That might be interesting. Jedi Survivor at 12 quid. That's not bad. Although it is on Game Pass, there's not very much point in spending 12 quid on it at that point. Especially given that... all these 10 out of 10 reviews that you got for a game that didn't even work on launch, so I don't think you did. Well, mind you, Starfield got a shitload of 10 out of 10 reviews and really shouldn't have done. And I say that as somebody who really likes Starfield. So. It does not have the spark that a lot of the previous games did. Jedi Fallen Order's 875 though, that's good. Daisy at 20 quid. Daisy still being, it's not going below 20 quid is stupid. Been out for so damn long, the price should be way lower than that. Red Dead Redemption PC version at 24 quid is still too much because its list price is still 40 quid. That game came out in 2010-ish. That should never have been launched at more than 25 quid. Yeah, so still too much. I might buy it when it gets to 10 quid. Not above that. Taketh the PP. 85% of our time wasting is completed. Anything else? Not really looking interesting there. It's in my queue. I've not looked at that for ages. Borderlands 4. Do want to play it, but let's check on the wish list. I'm curious about the reviews on that now. Hollow Knight, not interested in that. It's definitely not interested in that. Doesn't look really that interesting. No. Water Park Simulator. Fucking no. Dune Awakening has a free weekend actually this weekend. Mixed bag though. Yeah, I don't think I can run it anyway. Peak, not really my thing. Keep Digging, not my thing. Don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to be. Can't even read it. Some firefighting simulator that doesn't look like great. Grounded 2. Again, I'd play it on Game Pass if I was going to. Yeah, that was not great. Their success rate over there is not really very great. Anyway, never played any of the old games to be honest, Nation. Not played most recent one either. Until it gets down to like £1, and then I might buy it. At that point, that hateful bitch won't get much money out of it, if anything. Yeah, Borderlands is what I'll do. Have a quick look again. Let's see what the mixed reviews are saying. People can't get the game to launch. Badly optimized, apparently. People, they're not running or not setting up properly with Unreal 5, Unreal Engine. Awful performance. Awful performance. Yeah, anybody who says stuttering is a fucking overactive imagination, so that can go with her. Buggy, I kind of. Not terribly surprised. Yeah, game crashes and wouldn't launch again. And then you enter the positive reviews after that. Does not run well, apparently. So there's another good reason not to play Borderlands. If it doesn't run well on some of the PCs that are listed there, it won't run on mine. 97%. Finally. I can 10 minutes sitting and watching a progress bar that should have taken 2. Come along, you useless scrotum. Arrgh. Oh, it's adding something else to the fucking download list now. And there we go. Finally, we're good. Just some confirmation thing. Right. So it'll look like we might have something that vaguely resembles life. Probably gonna have to recompile a load of stuff again, isn't it? Yep. See how this does. Also, it just verified the integrity of the files fine and rolled on yesterday, so hopefully I'll do that again today, but obviously prior to yesterday, it couldn't verify the files and I had to... I think I just had to relaunch the game, actually, to be honest, so we'll see whether or not we get a repeat of that crap or not. So the last patch fixed it, but there's been another patch since then, so maybe it'll unfix it. Know how that goes, don't we? I spend half my fucking life watching progress bars at the minute. Welcome back, Al. We're on progress bar number 3 now. Well, this one's going considerably faster than the last one did. I hope. What's happening with the fire there? It's trying to preload the shaders and it's just like jig, 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 jig. On the other hand, that worked, so that's nice. What's the... Here's that one. Okay. Trying to remember what the button to holster my weapons was. Could not remember that. There we go. Is it Orin's old tower? The one behind the plan to get me out of prison and wanted to try and kill Arthur as well, so find out what's happening. I'm sure I'll be overjoyed when I bring fragments of Arthur's soul here. Oh, I didn't notice that, but I couldn't gotten in here earlier anyway. Gates of knowledge. PS2, crikey. Never had a PS2.
Greetings, my king. If you're seeing this message, it means Kamelot has fulfilled his task, and the wheel of destiny has begun to turn. I am Orin, your majesty's devoted servant, and the apprentice of your friend Merlin. Nothing would bring me greater joy than meeting you face to face. Alas, that must wait, for our paths have yet to cross, though I hope it will be soon. In the meantime, please treat my home as your own. Make yourself comfortable. Rest from your hardships, and seek the knowledge you require. And you, brave vessel, remember to heed your lord, King Arthur, now and always.
Well, that's decidedly sus. Why would he be pro-Arthur when he kind of set Kamelot off on his mission to kill Arthur? And so positive about it. And why would his servants be attacking me in sort of opposition to his saying good things? Oh, it was an interesting looking statue. Looked like a menhir, but it's actually a bit different, isn't it? Reduced conjuration, huh? I suppose I'm going to want that, but what's the deal? Reduces the amount of mana blocked by summons by 20%. That's not bad. It's better than that, so actually I do want that. I don't know if you know if I'm benefiting in the grand scheme there or not on reflection, but big coin purse. Keeping your big coins in or something. Lots of floaty books. So somebody broke in and fucked this place up a bit. Ryan's Journal Part 1. Of 3. Today, once again, I was asked to summon the king. They claimed the civil war was reason enough to bring Arthur back to restore order. All my arguments were in vain. I warned them, more often we wake him, the worse his state becomes. Naturally, the Knights of the Round Table were quick to remind me of Merlin's binding oath that when they call upon me, it's my duty to summon the once a future king. So I did as they commanded, and yes, it's true that Arthur's appearance struck fear into the hearts of their enemies. No surprise there, Arthur no longer resembles who he once was. He appeared as little more than a twisted heap of flesh, unable to speak, growling and waving his fist. Thankfully, that was enough to crush the rebellion before it could take root. Afterwards, I spoke with Lancelot. He agreed that Arthur's summoning must be halted, at least until I find a way to bring him back to his true form. Personally, I believe Merlin's method deserves a second look. It was he who instructed me to call upon the king according to aspects suited to the crisis at hand. It's hard to accept the idea that my master may have been wrong, but I know the nature of war and how quickly decisions are made when blood is on the ground. Perhaps he missed something. Perhaps he didn't have time to weigh every risk. Tearing a soul apart is powerful magic. It should never be done in haste, and yet he swore he had no choice. The only difference is I have time and I intend to use it. So Merlin, maybe... more than a little responsible for Arthur's current state. I'm not terribly surprised. Servant's Rod. I've got a sneaking suspicion Merlin has a lot more to answer for than might have been initially apparent. The more we find out about what Merlin, about the things that occurred in the war with the Fore-Dwellers and such, the more we find out Merlin was doing shit that was seriously questionable at best. A hidden door leading to a basement of some kind. Before I go down there, let's have a look upstairs. Looks like iron. I wish I could dismiss that thing. It's cute and all, but the constant gurgling is slightly annoying. Kingy. What the heck is Kingy? I guess I could read the book and find out, couldn't I?
You have no idea how long I've been waiting for you, my king. I've memorized Merlin's plan for your resurrection. Yet I'm certain my master made a mistake somewhere. I just can't pinpoint quite where. The theory of revival itself, the technique for performing the ritual was flawless. After all, you always return to us. But I saw how much suffering each
Each resurrection more.
You have no idea how long I've been waiting for you, my king.
I've
memorized Merlin's plan for your resurrection. Yet I'm certain my master made a mistake somewhere. I just can't pinpoint quite where. The theory of revival itself, the technique for performing the ritual was flawless. After all, you always returned to us. But I saw how much suffering each resurrection caused you. I wanted to find a way to bring you back to us as the person you truly wished to be.
Okay. Oren, I do wonder sometimes what possesses you to ask me these questions again and again, even though by now you must know exactly what my answer will be. Is it madness, simple pigheadedness, or perhaps old age finally catching up with you despite your best efforts? You know, I found no amusement in watching the hollow shell of my brother hobble mindlessly around the island, but all thanks to sheer incompetence of the so-called ruling council, and yet, as I've told you before, I do not believe your idea of bringing him back fully has any merit whatsoever. Why don't you people finally let him rest and try thinking yourselves? I know it's a daunting task, but surely you have the time, since you keep wasting it pestering me for help. As for my answer, I've attached a few notes about my latest design. I recommend you follow my instructions when it's done. Shove it where the sun doesn't shine. Respectfully, M. It would seem like Merlin, but really didn't tell me anything useful, that, so... oh, there's a book up here I didn't read, wasn't there? I found more of Merlin's notes. It's incredible how many spells my master managed to develop in this inhospitable land. If I ever return to the surface, I'll have to try them out. Not that I'm in any hurry, as Karadok ensures I have everything I need to stay focused on my research. Besides, the king requires my constant care. I swear if he hadn't inherited Karadok's immortality, I'd have put him out of his misery long ago. But as it is, we're stuck with each other. He won't die, he won't starve, iron doesn't work. Yeah, well, maybe when Arthur returns, he'll help me deal with this cursed beast. Child or a pet? What to say, really? Random food and drink stuffed into every cupboard. It's a bit weird. So, what's in the cellar? Kind of a laboratory from the sound of things. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Probably because the big ass grate down the end there says prison, not positives.
My king, I understand that what Merlin and I have done was against the laws of nature. I know how many brave knights gave their lives so we could find a way to bring you back. Sacrifice was not in vain. With you here, Avalon has a chance to become a true paradise. And now, I believe I've found the way to make it happen.
I have concerns. Two. It's been a shift among the Knights of the Round Table. Today, another Lancelot came to me and demanding I summon the king. Once again, my arguments fell on deaf ears. I told him it's too soon. I still don't have a way to restore Arthur in full. He didn't believe me when I told him the state the king appeared in last time. But I was bound by oath, so I obeyed. Arthur returned, broken beyond use. He couldn't support the knights at this time. He could barely remain upright. Palamedes died on the spot the moment he saw him. His heart gave out from the shock. Even Lancelot finally agreed with his predecessor. The moment we left the resurrection chamber and the rest of the knights went off to plan their next campaign, a stranger rang up to me. It took me a moment to recognise him. Karadok. My old friend, the one who agreed to be a subject of the immortality experiment back when Merlin declared that immortality was no longer enough. I was glad to see him, or before, rather. I was glad to see him, even more glad for the idea he brought. Kamelot reminded me of the wording in the oath. I must answer the call of the Knights of the Round Table. What if they can't reach me? What if they can't summon me or find me at all? Right now, they use a summoning spell to call me into service, but if I can create a space where the spell cannot take hold, they'll be unable to reach me, and so I will not be able to answer. That will give me what I've never had. Time to work in peace on our way to restore King Arthur in all glory and majesty he once commanded and still deserves. Why do I get the feeling it ended up with him dead? Up here. Who keeps a bunch of beef in barrels in their underground library? Weird people, that's who. Weird people. Fairy Tales of the South. Names and brace. Goats. Less damage from fire. Increases mana regeneration while you're on fire. It's a cool looking ring. Physical damage by 50% of your spell power. We go for a spell blade type build, maybe. I am not. I'm going pure crazy spellcaster. Black Manifesto. Oh dear. By Slaudia. The crazy druid who was raising the dead and stuff. My dear brothers, who saw fit to cast me out of the circle for going against nature, know this. I have not spoken my last word. I will not deny your accusations, for it is going against nature, not the logical. For it is going against nature, not the fucking hell, it doesn't roll off your tongue, does it? For is going against nature not the logical next step after mastering it. Right, okay. Nature is not merely to be respected or obeyed, but to be subjugated. Yeah, it usually ends with you dying. Shit goes south in a hurry when you try and do that, usually. Neither life nor death should be set in stone. You draw power from this land, yet you fail to see its full potential. The end, any end, is but an illusion. Ooh. Great Merlin understood this, but you choose to turn your back on his teachings, calling them irresponsible. Seems to me they fucking were stupid, not just irresponsible. Mark my words, brothers, one day you'll pay dearly for your cowardice. The world is ours, its secrets belong to us, its laws should be shaped by us. There should be no aspect of Avalon beyond our control. I will not stop my research. I intend to leave a long and lasting mark upon this world, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Bit insane, but you just have a few interesting ideas. Yeah. Fucking around with the dead doesn't usually end well. Not when you're trying to raise them. I mean, look what's happened to poor Arthur. Shattered and ruined. Barely recognisable in soul, let alone in the rest of him. You picked up at least one thing I don't need there. These are all garbage, okay. Were useful for crafting potions previously, I think, but apparently not anymore. Oh well. People not realising that they needed bottles to craft potions with, I guess. Right, Orange Journal Part 3. I won't lie, my workshop hidden deep in the Wyrdness serves its purpose brilliantly. Kamelot tells me the knights have tried summoning me more than once, but the calls go unheard. Good. I've had time to reflect on Merlin's methods, and I've come to believe my master made one critical mistake. As difficult as soul splitting may be, it's still possible, but summoning, that should have drawn on all fragments of Arthur's soul, not just the aspects we happened to need at the time. When the knights needed Arthur the warrior, we called upon Excalibur. When the Delriata stirred, we searched for the crown. Why, Merlin? Why did you ever think that was a good idea? What made Arthur who he was, in fact, was the fact that he was whole. We cannot treat soul like a tavern platter, picking only the cut that suits our appetite. Poor Arthur, if only thought this sooner, perhaps I could have spared him much suffering. I know my master feared that by merging Arthur's soul with the essence of the Fore-Dwellers, or rather by awakening what was buried deep within him, we'd created something too powerful to return to its original form after death. And yes, I agree, the risk was immense, and his body too ruined to host such a return. But after consulting with Kamelot, I believe I've found a solution. What if I could free Arthur the Fore-Dweller, locked away beneath the island asylum? If I can convince the Red Priest to begin experiments that strengthen the body and mind through the Wyrdness, perhaps we can create a vessel strong enough to carry all the fragments, one capable of pulling them home. Ah, so this is why we have no particular background, because we were created there by the experiments of the Red Priests in order to house Arthur's soul, because his own form is no longer capable of doing so. If I can convince... I'll ask Kamelot to scatter my writings across the asylum. Let him speak with the Pope. Let him explain that the Wyrdness, pure potential, might just cure the Red Death, and that their research should follow this path. Soon, my king, we will meet again, and I will restore you in glory and light, even if I die trying. So his goal is to have me reassemble all parts of Arthur's soul, and then what, Arthur to possess my body in replacement for the fact that he can't use his own anymore? That's not appealing. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to be okay with that. Leaves all of the quests from... Gulag complete. There's just one place I want to try and explore a bit. I don't know if I can, but I want to try before we press on to the next area. To Forlorn Swords. But I think we'll probably be good to start off next time, really, but it would be tomorrow, actually. Especially as we've only got a short bit of time tonight, really, what with taking a while to get that camp build uploaded and things. Really pleased with my camp build, by the way. It's come out quite nicely. Some ethereal cobwebs. Any cooking I can do while I'm here? A little bit. Alright. So, if there are any more quests, I don't know where they are. So, the whole Child Conclave area, which I feel like there is something going on. I've not really explored this area either. I think there's a great deal to see. It's this area that I want to try and get at. I don't know if I can. There's a toll house here, and then there's a ruined gate. A few thoughts. Let's have a nap and see what we can see. Oren. Do you think he was truly Merlin's apprentice? What do you think of the knowledge together? Do you agree that he should try and return you in your full form? Do you think he was truly Merlin's apprentice?
He might have been, but I don't recall us ever meeting in person. Merlin had many apprentices, and Nimue was the most gifted among them. But even she never spoke in my presence. It is possible Merlin forbade his students from speaking to me, though why he would do such a thing, I cannot say. But Oren seems devoted to a cause he believes in. It's a refreshing perspective, and unlike any we've seen so far.
What do you think of the knowledge he's gathered?
Honestly, I had hoped his discoveries might help me recover some of my lost memories. Sadly, they did not. I remember what Merlin and I chose to do. I simply thought I could reconstruct the reasoning behind our decision. But it seems even Oren wasn't certain of that. I regret that Merlin didn't share his thoughts and decisions with his apprentices. They might have helped us now, on this journey.
Oh dear! The big angry weird knight's right there, and I can't do anything about him yet, I don't think. Do you think I agree with Oren that he should return you in your full form? He's a Fore-Dweller of some kind, because he's got 4 arms. That makes sense. Then Arthur is also part Fore-Dweller, and this guy's way larger than Arthur, which is interesting. I've got to very carefully not pick the wrong buttons on the UI here, so that I can make sure he goes away.
I'm not ready to answer that question. And I sense the final decision won't be mine to make.
Yeah, because my theory is...
You're more important than you think. And our fates are bound together to the very end.
I'm just glad he couldn't attack me in the middle of the dialogue. That would suck.
Oren's opinion may not even matter.
This is true. Oh, he did manage to attack me. I'm actually doing damage to him. Well, we'll see what happens here for now. Well, I seem to be able to do a lot more damage to him, and he seems to be going down now. With a little help from my summon there, that seems to be better able to tank him. Better able to tank him than I am, anyway. My mana regeneration is so high at the minute. I don't really need to worry about boosting my mana any higher. This is suddenly going a lot better than I was expecting. I'm a bit cocky, but... Right. That nearly went badly there. Fortunately, I was able to survive, and I think my summon there is using an ability that reflects damage back at the person who does it, so he's actually doing a lot of harm to himself when he hits that particular shield. So I assume that's what's happening. Some of what's happening. Yeah, that's some of mine has gone down, so wrong button. Gotcha that time, you git. Big old electric shock up his butt from my soul cube as well. Between us, we're able to keep him on the back foot. Don't know what's going to happen when I kill him. Summon is ridiculously powerful. Spell got him! Good, I didn't want my summon to take him down. We did it! Then what? Doesn't seem to be a lot of benefit to that. There's no corpse to loot. There's a little bit of restoration to my King's Soul power, but whew, we got him! We beat the guy to no avail, apparently, but was nonetheless mission accomplished. And the weird knight has gone away since, like the weird is. Because the night has ended. Okay, fair enough. The sun's about to come up. The fight took so damn long. So, my next plan... we head that way. Okay. Hossy? Where's my Hossy? Here you come. We go.
You're nothing but a peasant.
Should leave a corpse on loot. It's just after the morning's come up, so I don't know. Go back up and see if there is anything, because I didn't see anything. But they may have changed it. I shot it in this direction and he went down somewhere around here. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. Maybe it'll come back again. And I'll get to fight it again and with a different outcome, hopefully. Well, you know, not losing the corpse. Still victory, I hope. Anyway. I'm kind of curious about the New Game Plus they've just added, because there's a lot of stuff that goes away, but a lot of stuff you keep as well. I can't remember what you keep, what goes away, and whether or not it would be potentially viable to play through again with a different
I'll strike you down.
build
You'll fall to my...
once I do a New Game Plus and still use the same character. Not that I'm entirely sure I'd want to do that anyway. I do have a certain reluctance generally towards the whole concept of a New Game Plus, but that's strange. Yeah, that castle up there, that's where I want to try and go. I feel like I may be not able to get there, or it may be related to something that is later on in the game though, so we'll see.
Spare a coin for the hungry. Hello there.
Right. Spells deal 10% of the mana cost as damage to the user. Transforms after killing 40 enemies with spells. Transforms into what? That's curious.
Ah.
Yeah, all of these bottles feel like I don't actually need them now. But I'm not going to sell them just in case I end up being wrong on that point. Feel like I may never needed them at all, but anyway. Hold on to that for a bit. Yeah. On consideration, I won't, because I've put so many points into cubes, it's just not worth switching at this point. Give me spell warden stuff. Make sure I've read this. Do you want to sell a couple of bits? I also want to take a quick run downstairs and see about craft, maybe what the spell warden stuff looks like, because I don't know if I'll be able to transmog it without actually crafting it, but I guess we're going to find out. How are we doing, Grey? Damage restores mana and increases spell power. Trousers look awesome. Missing point of mana's probably not that good for me, but they look good. I don't see any sign. I would have to craft it. Allow me to do that. Look at crafting requirements. Expected outcome garbage. But probably I'm not going to have much luck in crafting that. I'm not fucking. That's not worth me time. Insult bot not playing ball, huh? God knows what's going on with stream elements at the moment. It's a fucking mess over there. My alerts aren't working because presumably something's gone belly up on the stream elements side of things. Which I kind of need to figure out, but I'm also looking at going, I really can't be asked to piss around with this. It does not feel worth it. I may or may not. We'll see how I feel. I was going to have a look, see if I can figure out what's going on there. Okay. They have changed something. All right. Oh, that's even more helpful. So they have changed something. Huh? It should be working. Should. Very strange. Yeah, so far as I can tell, it should be working. I think. It has changed how it works, though, on their back end from the look of things, so should be working, and it is working, not necessarily the same thing.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Ah, yes, the guy who was very upset that the pawn was all gone. Got some very hairy palms, that fella. What's going on there? Right. See, there's a whole bunch of them. Alright, that should do the job. Do a whole lot better if I hit the target, won't it? Don't know how I missed that guy. Well. My regen is ridiculously fast now. So yeah, what I want to try and figure out is now if it's possible to get into this castle and have a poke around, because it's a big old castle and I've not found a way in yet. It was coming out of the woodwork. So many of the... Because I need an area looting ability. Right. Let. Looks like the way in might be actually over that way. Although that bridge does look rather on the broken side. There's a big gate over there that I feel is probably the gate to Fallen Swords, yeah. There's a bridge here that looks very broken. Do I look like I could make that jump? Probably not. Maybe on horseback. Yeah, I don't think anything's going to get me in there. Seems a little silly, really. Yeah. I thought I was getting back up there then. I feel like the lack of access to the big old castle on the hill is a bit bloody mean, really. There's definitely no way of getting in from here, is there? No. Right. Right back around so we can see on the other side. I don't think it's going to get me anywhere, but... we go. Try and grab those roses while I'm here. Want to torture your entire family to death? Expect it looks like it's already happened. Spawn, how it displays them. Yes. I'll go and have a look at the only bit of the map that we haven't yet checked out, as far as I know. And I'm left wondering, which way into the Forlorn Sword shall we take? The north gate or the south? I'll see if there's any indicator as to which quest is nearer to which gate. I think there is, and I'll make a decision based on that probably. Thought I was going to sneeze then. Very nearly sneezed. Interesting music up here. Undead seem to have a bit of resistance to being set on fire. If they were going to do one thing that I would request, well, there's probably a few things I could request if I wanted to, but I'd like them to take the mugs out of fucking containers so I don't constantly have to drop the bloody things. And fix that new bug with the not being able to draw my weapons and stuff, or my spells in this case. Banked. Your Windows was having a what? About a device connected? Well, there's definitely no noise on my end, and I should have heard it if it was trying to connect and disconnect devices over and over. Anybody else got any advance on that? I have to run around again, aren't I? Ah! Poor knees. Yeah, I didn't hear anything either, so... I think it might be your end, actually, Grey. At least we narrowed it down. Anyone else smell toast? Ah, maybe that's him. No toast on this end. Oh, it's a huge ogre. Apparently it's immune to having his movement restricted. I dodged the shit out of that. Amulet of a novice ogre hunter. Interesting. That be the dead novice ogre hunter? Yes, they probably are. The spears. Sentinel's long spear. Let's see what it looks like. The big old two-handed spear. Let's see. I see. I'm showing the most random good luck when it comes to picking locks at the moment. I'm not even trying and they're just all falling open. Okay. You could be confused there, my undead friend. And you, I think a certain amount of confusion is only to be expected when you're undead. And with the asking of questions like, what the fuck? This is the other end of the same bridge, not the one that I've wanted to cross, but okay. There's the gate into the full-on swords. I assume it's so called because of the big old sword sticking in the ground. I'm guessing. Okay, Neo. Right. have several things I want to do. Long defeat takes me that way, allegedly. What about the other gate? If I was there... Well, I might go up to this gate. Interesting. I know I've been here, but I don't remember being here. Yeah, I might go up to the other gate and... Ooh, that's a hole. Get the fast travel thing and then see what happens with the quest when I bounce over there. Through the weird night, and now there's no weirdness at night. This is weird. Ironically. Yep, definitely have already been here. I just don't remember it. Ah, there's some weirdness. Tune throat singing to go with it. Avalonian, maybe. Up here, left to the bridge, right to the exit. Is that bridge what I'm guessing ends in a sudden drop? There's one big hole. There's another. Yarp. Ooh, let's not fall down that hole. Fallen Sword's main gate. Okay. So just that this is probably the way to go then. A cliff gate. I'll be honest, I don't see a gate, unless that's the gate. It is, it's still dark and dingy. I've got a level, nice. Venom regeneration is bananas quick at the moment. It's the spell power I'm really interested in buffing. Yeah, there it is, up top right. So, established, don't really need to buff that any further. Regeneration, double outside Kamelot, don't need that. Movement speed, casting. Yeah, okay, never mind that. When below 30% mana, spell power goes up. I'm not going to get below 30% mana, look at the way things are going. What's on the practicality side of things then? Probably some... The perception roll has some crit stuff, doesn't it? Yeah. Increases critical chance by 2%. Got an idea. Save. Let us check what my critical chance currently is. 85% allegedly. So if this works correctly, I should then be on 87%. If it doesn't, I'll reload the quick save. Yes, it did work. Wonderful. Thought I'd check. So there we go. It's too easy to really boost up your, according to the patch notes, to reboost up your critical chance. Yep. You're a magician, it still is. I mean, it probably still is either way, but yeah. So, due to a lack of anything else going on here, I guess we're going to take a quick peek into the full-on swords. Hopefully, grab a picture or two when we're there. And then we'll have something for tomorrow's thumbnail. I hope. Here we go, final zone. Forlorn sword. Kamelot told me to meet somebody here. Zooming out. Not much about the shape. Interesting, so that's that. Givings and the First Men would be the ones that are closest. Oh, I don't remember her. Finding the first two parts of Excalibur's of Arthur's soul, Expeller in the shield, and then the last part should be somewhere in the full-on swords. So, yeah. Actually, there's that. It's presumably the north gate's over there. Okay, it really doesn't make much difference in the grand scheme anyway, does it? Let's just push on and see what we can see. Some deer for starters. That's this. That's Knocked. Somewhere down here is where ones of the south technically were. The Knocked layout here. Gates over there, and this being the full-on swords. But Horns of the South are over this side, so this big kind of arch of sea down here. As the gates are up here. The big kind of arch of the sea. And full-on swords is over on this far side of it. If I get to the coast and look around, I should see in the direction of Horns of the South. And then that means Kamelot is in fact up here. God knows whether or not we'll get there at any stage though. What's a druidic shrine? Bad place to start. There's my sacrifice. Ooh, you look like a badass. There we go. Big angry frozen ogre. Come on. Weak to get out of the way of that. That's good. Got something that could do the job then. Need a thumbnail. Archdruid's boots. What do they do, I wonder? Movement speed multiplier increases when health is below 33%. Buffs mana regeneration. Not worth it to me. Although, again, maybe worth it in the form of transmog options. Ooh, some glowy stuff up the mountain there. We can comment about how cool this area already looks, but there's snow everywhere, so maybe I won't say that. Interesting. Four-seater. A couple. Yeah. More than I anticipated, anyway. Volker clansfolk killed. The Deliata. These deer sound an awful lot like cows. Oh, I don't know whether or not that's actually an accurate reflection of what a deer might sound like or not. Ah, we got a person. Alma, person we needed to meet. Again, I'll do this another time rather than diving into it now because it's like 2 minutes to 11, so. It's the blue fire up the mountain somewhere. There it is. So the actual junction's further up anyway, which looks to be here. Interesting looking place. Bit of a change of tone from where we were before. A bit rough. You've got a green dot on you, so you're not hostile. Invalde village, huh? It's not going to give me what I want, I don't think. Ooh, this place looks like it's seen better days, doesn't it? It doesn't everywhere, but that's not the point. It's a different point, anyway. I'd like to get up on top of that, but I don't think it's going to happen. Some kind of, not Fore-Dweller exactly, Titans they created that I can't remember the name of. One of their bodies sat there. Catch you later, Gray. Back at it tomorrow, so hopefully we'll see you then. Rank disasters. That did not go the way I wanted it to. There we are. I'll get a better view from over here. Arguably, yes. Right. That looks interesting as well. But I think we'll continue our explorations of the Forlorn Swords tomorrow. As it is rather late. We did start rather late, but that's the way it goes on occasion, isn't it? When things take ages to upload and render and so on and so forth, which is what was going on today. Oh yay, cloud error, my favourite. Everything seems to be having bloody cloud errors at the minute. Steam, GOG, the whole 9 yards. Even reinstalled GOG Galaxy. In the hope I could arrange better communication between my computer and their cloud storage, but it did not work. Yeah, interesting. The idea that the player character was created to house the spirit of Arthur and possibly be a vessel for his return is an interesting thought. Interesting implications. Kind of suggests that once we get Arthur's soul together, depending on what we do with it, we may end up finding that he wants to possess our body, and we get shunted out of it, which would presumably be one of the outcomes. Definitely don't think I'm in favour of that. We'll see how it actually goes. Looking forward to finding out how the story develops. I do think this will be fun to play as a two-handed sword-wielding character again. I did a fair bit of that at the beginning of the game, but I don't know. If I was going to do it, I'd probably pick it up from the start again, and maybe. I don't know. Yeah, interesting nonetheless. Decisions. Definitely enjoying this thus far. Yeah, we'll push on with it tomorrow. Kind of curious. I mean, this theory may not come to anything, but it also sounded like Karadok fell out with, or said he fell out with Orin. There's definitely some gaps in the information there. Some things, some incongruencies in the story, so be interesting to find out how things pan out. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. Hope you found that interesting. I definitely looking forward to exploring this further. We'll do that tomorrow. If you haven't seen it, well, you probably haven't seen it yet if you're here, but there is a new camp build that went up this evening, so quite pleased with how that came out. Do have a little gander. Yeah. I will do the social posts in just a minute about that, because yeah, kind of ran out of time early. Yeah, quite happy with how that's come out. Going to do another video fairly soon. It's a double XP weekend actually this weekend, so maybe I'll do some grinding and see if I can't chase down a few levels. Yeah, I'm going to make a note on that, because yeah, I do want to try and change my build for Fallout. But variety and all that, not that it's, you know, hugely entertaining. I also need to do the weekly challenges because I haven't done those yet. I forgot that the week switched over, so I'm kind of ignoring that stuff. There we are. There's a little reminder on that for me. I also had an idea, because I've done a houseboat camp this time around. I had an interesting idea for another houseboat camp whilst I was pottering about today, so I might do that at some point. It was a little less predictable than the current setup, although it does come with certain questions. Primarily of where would I build what I have an idea for. I don't know. It would need to be near a road, but with an open, flat space. And I don't know where a good spot for that would be. Well, I know a good spot, actually. Near Somersville Lake, which actually wouldn't be a bad idea on reflection. Because Somersville Lake drained post-war. We know that because the dam was blown out by the raiders. It's also how Charleston came to get wrecked, as wrecked as it did. So yeah, maybe on the edge of Somersville Lake might not be a bad idea. This concept that I have in mind. Especially with the new building stuff. I'm thinking now. So there's two versions of the houseboat that are available. One that goes on land and one goes in water. So I had a look at the one on land. I was like, why would you want to do that? And then I thought, hang on a minute, there's a flatbed trailer I've got. So what if the houseboat was being taken to a body of water on the back of a flatbed, never quite made it, just sitting there on the back of a flatbed, and a camp was built up around that idea. That's kind of where I'm going here. Definitely got some ideas that might work there. Then you've got the living space, and then you can kind of build up something else that's kind of around the ruin of it. Maybe, possibly. Though I don't know how exactly I would expand on that. Found something interesting regarding the origin of the game. Yeah. We don't know anything about the character's background before... I mean, there are bits about you can choose about your background. That's how you choose your starting stats, right? But then again, maybe those memories are not genuine. Who knows what magic the priests and the druids might have employed, and the Wyrdness in order to bring us into being. I have to examine. Yeah, looking forward to finding out, though. Ho hum. Yeah. Anyway, push on with it at some point. So, yeah, we'll do this tomorrow. As I say, I'm going to have a look at another Fallout video later in the week, possibly at the weekend, because it'll take a little bit of time to get something together if I can do that. I hope. Failing that, it might end up being Monday. I'd like to do it quicker than that, but we'll see. Yeah. Don't know that there's much going on at the moment, much to... yeah, we're kind of in a bit of a holding pattern, really, aren't we? So we'll have to see. Yeah, because I was thinking about doing a short video today talking about the fact there's double XP coming up, and then there's the whole... there's Invaders from Beyond running at the moment. It doesn't really seem like... I don't know. Again, I could do a short saying, oh, FYI, it's there, but beyond that... I forgot to do the axolotl thing as well. The axolotl clue, I haven't done one of those. I suppose I could make a few over the weekend, maybe. Put those up and share little snippets of information. That'd be useful for a few people. My enthusiasm level for all things Fallout being at its current low ebb is not really helping with that. Yeah, well. Anyway, stuff to think about there. Got some ideas. So, back to this tomorrow. You guys know where the buttons are if you haven't already. Like, subs, notification bell, all that stuff. Social media links in the description. Channel memberships down below if you want to check that out. And you haven't, I do appreciate. Yeah, we'll push on with some more Tainted Grail tomorrow. Good. I am very much enjoying this. I don't know. I want to have a look again before I do that. Because apparently there's always one more thought going around in my brain than there was before. Let's have a look at the new game plus. piece of information. I should have a look at the Tainted Grail trailers actually as well. Trailer for it, which I'll watch on my own time. Don't start. Good, you haven't. There is an overview video, which I'll also take a look at. Where's the info on New Game Plus? World is reset. Complete the game with your choices. Lose your King's Power. Learned recipes. Okay. Quests, keys, and readable items. You keep everything else. So all your gear is kept, and all your abilities. But I'd be starting from scratch if I wanted to change the build. But I have all my equipment and stuff, so I could pick them. No, I'd just start over, wouldn't I? I don't think I'd do New Game Plus. As per usual, not that blown away by it. I still do want to see what the videos are, though. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. Hope you've enjoyed. More tomorrow. Should be good. So, have a good rest of your evening. Have a good day tomorrow. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Do very much appreciate you dropping by. And I will try and get closer to 8 o'clock tomorrow. I don't foresee anything particularly preventing that, but I never do. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, anyway, have a good one. Thank you all. I'll see you next time. Night, folks.
Yeah.